So here, the previous this one what we have seen, we had schedule agreement and schedule delivery schedule was there. The delivery schedule only we are sending it to the vendor directly, right? But here, this schedule lines will have two this one delivery schedule lines. One is forecast, second one is just in time. Okay, so whatever we create as a forecast delivery or just in time, they will save as a release documentation in the system before sending. So then these information will be sent to the vendor. Okay, like email or EDI message, whatever the way in which they receive the details for the release. Okay. Here in the release documentation, there are two types of release. One is delivery schedule line release. Second one is just in time delivery schedule release. Okay. Forecast is this is a default schedule lines that will be gets generated. Just in time is an optional. Okay. Optional kind of a thing. If they want, they can use it. So here the document type is LPA. So previous one what you have seen that is LP. Okay. So here you can see messages cannot be transmitted until you create schedule agreement release. Until we release either forecast or just in time, it won't send to the vendor. Through this, you can change the way the schedule lines are represented with release documentation. Okay, you can display the scheduling agreement releases transmitted to the supplier over certain period of at any time. Okay, so this enables you to trace precisely when you send which information to the supplier. Okay, so this all this information will be available in the release documentation. So those there are two forecast and just in time. This forecast delivery schedule will be used to give the long term requirement. Maybe in 15 days I need some quantity. 1 month I need some quantity. After 2 months or 3 months, so like that they can give the dates in a larger range. There in that case we have to use forecast. Just in time generally use it for maybe I need in another 2 days I need this quantity. Tomorrow afternoon I need one quantity. Like that, if they want in a very lesser time of duration, they can use just in time delivery
Where
schedule.
production is always 24 4 by 7
Ah,
is running on.
yeah.
Mhm.
This will be used for near future requirements. They are very near. Then we can inform just in time delivery schedule to the vendor to provide the materials. This is for a longer range of duration, the forecast.
Understood.
Yeah, same which is given in clear picture. This is schedule agreement. This is the line. So based on which it release creates a release documentation. So we have to generate a forecast schedule lines in this case. Okay, then it will send to the vendor. Yeah. So we have an option. This will be a default. In case if I don't want to generate just in time, I need to deselect that in the schedule agreement details. See if I want to use it. I think just in time we need to activate first in the material master. Okay, then only once we create a schedule agreement, we have to select this just in time indicator. Okay, in the schedule agreement. And we also have an option to generate these releases manually or automatically on a regular basis. So that will be based on the report. This one transaction code is available. If you schedule that as a bad job, so that will send automatically. Okay, manually means we have to go to one transaction code and we have to release the schedule lines. So this release documentation will provide the informations like what information we have sent to the supplier, and what deliveries have been delivered has been taken into account. Okay, this is done through a cumulative quantity. So it was taken the cumulative quantity right at the end. If there are different dates with the different quantities are available, what is the cumulative quantity? Accordingly, whatever is delivered, we can check there automatically. Okay, it will show in the risk documentation. The same thing they are showing with the both just in time and forecast. In case if they want to use both. Yeah, to generate just in time, we need to specify in the scheduling agreement the value as one. There is one field available there. We need to specify that. Okay, and yeah, the app to release that schedule. This one is creates scheduling agreement release app, and the transaction code is ME84. Okay, we can use transaction code or app to do the release. Okay, this is the extra menu path which is available. From there, we can either generate forecast schedule or this one just in time schedule. Okay, there's an option available from the menu bar directly. This is the report where we can see the agreed cumulative quantity ME88 using this path. And every time this releases whatever we are doing, if you are maybe regularly using the scheduling agreement for our business or a regular procurement, in that case, so many release documentation gets created. Okay, so if in case if those are completed or not required for business, so they can archive it. Okay, to archive, there is a transaction code that is ME83. So I think this question sometimes they ask whether whatever we archive, the release documentation, whether we can reverse it or not. You cannot reverse the archiving of scheduling agreement releases. They will last sometimes. Okay. So archiving released in located in the tables. Okay, this is the tables where the archived schedule lines we can see in these tables.
Archiving removes the data from the table, right?
No, no, no. Table it will be
So you
there,
are
but
talking about
actual
archiving
document will
means
be. Uh,
open text, open text solution of SAP.
mm, I'm not aware of open text.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But here, what they're telling, so a release document is something different and table is different. Okay.
Okay.
So here, the table we can see the data. Okay, that will be saved here. But if I want to see the document which is archived, okay, that we cannot reverse it. It should be in archived state only. We cannot use it or we cannot use it for any of the purpose. That will be in the archived state only. Okay, once it is archived, we cannot reverse it. That's what they are saying. So these are some control data for scheduling agreement. So one thing is that is what we have seen, right? For time dependent or time independent documents, we have
Hmm.
seen quotation and scheduling agreement will be controlled by the document type, whether it needs to have a time dependent or time independent conditions. So here, so that is one of the thing which will be controlled by the document type. Okay,
Hmm.
and whether it's a with release or without release also controlled by the document type again here with the this one. And also we have in MRP view, now if I want to use both forecast and just in time, okay, in the scheduling agreement, so we have to set just in time delivery schedule indicator in the material master before creating a this one schedule agreement in the MRP2 view. Okay, then only the just in time will be allowed. Okay, if without setting that, if we create the agreement, then it won't allow them to do it in a schedule agreement. Okay, it won't give us the option. Okay, so before it, as a prerequisite, it should be there in the material master.
Okay.
Then it is allowed. Yeah, as a document type, so for LPA, they've selected this release documentation checkbox. That's why the release documentation is allowed. In LP, it is not allowed because they have not selected that. And yeah, we have just in time indicator, right? If it is there in the material master as an indicator, so then only it will be allowed into the schedule agreement. Okay, we can allow. And this creation profile, we'll see it will come next. Creation profile is same only. Okay, we'll see the functionality. Yeah, here it is there. So release creation profile is nothing but this will be used for scheduling agreement only specifically. Uh, it contains some data that is specific to scheduling agreement. Okay, because we have release documentation, right? So consider some of the releases which they are doing as a regular activity. In that case, in every scheduling agreement or schedule lines to enter the same data, what they will do, they create release creation profile as a one master data. So while creating a scheduling agreement, if I specify that release profile, okay, creation profile in the scheduling agreement, uh, when we creating the schedule lines, right? So
Hmm.
that will system will automatically based on the data, it will add the data into the schedule lines. Okay, that is the importance of this creation profile. I mean, it's like an one time if you create a data, so that will be used most of the cases in all schedule agreements. Okay, that's where the creation profile will work. Okay, so this will creation profile will define to criteria when creating a schedule agreement releases to influence the quantity and delivery dates. Okay, and when it has to be sent to the supplier. Okay, that all those information will be there in creation profile. If I default that creation profile to that scheduling agreement, so always the data will be taken from that creation profile. Okay, so we don't need to enter same data again and again. Okay,
Okay.
that is the creation profile will do. So this we can do it either based on the supplier master record or the plant specific. Okay, so accordingly the release description profile will work.
Okay.
If it is already maintained supplier master record, if I create schedule agreement for that supplier, okay, so that will be defaulted. So if the plant specific data for business partner includes plant specific data is nothing but I told right in the business partner
Hmm.
in the account group settings we can maintain plant data
Right.
or the vendor
Right.
subbrain data, right?
Right.
So in case in the plant specific data also I have an option to maintain this creation profile. Okay, instead of purchase org level, if there's a plant specific data is there, if I'm creating this scheduling agreement for the specific plant, then that specific creation profile will be taken into picture instead of org level, purchase org level creation profile. Okay,
Hmm.
that's how it will pick the plant specific data. In that case, if even if it is not there in the business partner, if it is not there at plant level, then we need to enter manually in the schedule agreement directly, the creation profile. Yeah. So this is schedule agreement. So LPA, this is with release documentation. So they're using creation profile as double 3001. Okay. So this creation profile is already having this data when what quantity will be getting aggregated and will sent to the vendor. Okay.
Hmm.
So accordingly, as a default data, you can see it is already created the schedule, forecast delivery schedule and the just-in-time delivery schedule. Data has already been taken here. Okay.
Hmm.
So how, based on the time and the quantity, this is the, I think, x-axis is the time and y-axis is the quantity. So accordingly, the schedule lines and what's quantity which are getting aggregated in forecast and just in time, they are getting shown in the graph. Okay, as yeah, we do not have exact quantity, so we don't understand, but this is how it works. Okay, they're just giving a
Okay.
pictorial representation of that. So the creation profile controls starting from the current date of the release creation, how quantities are aggregated, and aggregation of scheduled quantities are determines for which period. Okay, the scheduled quantities has to be considered and they sent to the vendor. Okay, as a forecast schedule or just in time schedule. Okay, so this data is already there in the creation profile. Accordingly, those data will be aggregated and those will be transmitted to the vendor directly. Okay, as a schedule lines. So release creation profile is a actual customizing. Okay, there we can create a profile with this path: materials management, purchasing, scheduling agreement, maintain release creation profile for scheduling agreement with release documentation. Okay, this is allowed only for with release documentation. So here they are just giving an example how that will aggregate the data. Okay, so if they have a requirement for the several months, okay, maybe every month I may require 50 quantity, 50 pieces. Next month I need 60 pieces. So like that, they have different requirement for each month. Okay, so the release creation profile will aggregate the data based on the information which is there in the creation profile. Okay, so if they are having a requirement of weekly, so if vendor is sending as a monthly this one delivery, so it will aggregate the data. Maybe one week if they have 10, other week they have 12. So like that, it aggregates and it may for one month what is the aggregate total aggregate. It will give the details. Okay, to the vendor like that. Similarly, this is for the just in time and forecast. This will be with the lower duration just in time. The forecast will be used for the larger duration. Okay, same thing. Okay, and also we have tolerance limit that can be used. So this is there in every document, not only skill increment, but as we are specifically working with the different quantities, so to specifying the tolerance limit is important here. Okay, so that we don't miss the quantities. Over
Hmm.
quantities are under quantities. Okay, for the required order with the date. Okay, like that we can mention this one tolerance limit, upper and lower tolerance limit.
Hmm.
Okay, in that case, it will give the warning message. So that is again based on the message setting. If I'm setting it as a warning, it
If we
will show
maintain
warning.
this in the material master, I mean, in the purchase info record, so that will be flowing by default, right?
Yeah, yeah. That
In
will be
case we
default for
don't, then we
everything.
can manually
Everything.
do.
No, that is for everything.
Hmm.
Here, this over and under what they are specifying, this is for the creation profile.
Okay.
This for the creation profile also, they have this upper and lower tolerance limit.
Okay.
This is a customizing in the release creation profile. They are using this. So it should not cross whatever the quantities they are aggregating, right? They should not be crossing the required quantity. That's why they are keeping the over and under delivery tolerance for that.
Hmm. Noted.
Okay. In case if it is 102, if I'm ordering 103, so that will give some warning message or error message so that it should be corrected like that. Here as an example, so the world quantity is 100. Now they are increased to 103. So maybe if it is crossing 2%, upper 2% is a upper tolerance limit, right? So maybe it is crossing 2%.
Oh.
So so that's why it is in red now.
Hmm.
Okay, like that. We have only less this one topic, but let me see. The assessment need to go. Yeah. Firm and trade-off zone. The firm zone and trade-off zone is nothing but because the scheduling agreement, whatever they order for forecast or
Hmm.
just in time, these are
Hmm.
time dependent, right? There will be an
Right.
and also they all mostly affect on the production. So
Right.
consider any required delivery date if it is within the production period. Okay,
Hmm.
if they are
Hmm.
confirmed, then that particular zone we call it as a firm zone. Okay,
Okay.
the firm zone defines the point in time at
Right.
which when the production go ahead period ends. Okay,
Hmm.
so the production go ahead period begins with the current date and the schedule lines falling. Okay, within the zone of the fixed, and those can be regarded as a equivalent to firm orders. Okay, okay. Consider if I am creating an order today. Okay,
Hmm.
the production is in 1 week. Okay, and if vendor confirms that they are delivering within 1 week.
Hmm.
Okay, that is the production period. So those
Hmm.
kind of orders we can consider it as a firm zone. Those quantities which are there in the firm zone, so that we receive those and we can do the production without any issues. Okay,
Okay, so
those
you are telling that farm zone where you don't have the confirmation from the vendor, and that zone where the point when your production goes off, right?
no. Firm zone we have a confirmation, so that quantity will be available from the vendor
Okay.
to us, so that
Mm.
we can do the production. No issues in this. That's why it is a firm zone.
Okay.
It's already confirmed. Okay,
Okay.
so trade-off zone is nothing but so this defines the point at time material go ahead period ends. So whatever material we need to receive it, right? That will be ending actually. Okay. So the material go ahead period begins with the end of the production go ahead. So this material go ahead, right? This is at the end of the production. So it encompasses both. So delivery schedule lines falling within this period can be less binding. So they are not sure whether they will deliver it or not because they're crossing the production end date. Okay, that's why they're called as a trade-off zone. Okay, that's the difference between firm zone and the trade-off zone. So in this case we are not sure the material availability,
Mm.
okay, compared to the firm zone.
Noted.
Yeah, so firm zone will be having a very good binding with the production, okay, whatever we have ordered. But in trade-off zone we have very less binding, and we are not sure whether the material will be available which are falls under this trade-off zone. Okay,
Mm.
so accordingly the production has to plan the this one requirement. Okay,
Okay.
so this will be this data will be also used for MRP based on the firm zone and trade-off zone. They will check the system. Mostly this will be checked by the MRP controller. Okay, it's the day-to-day work of the MRP controller. They will check all those things, and accordingly they will generate a MRP for if there is no fixing is available for the deliveries. Okay,
Mm.
okay. This exercise, this was missed yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, due to some time constraint. Okay. Okay, this is the exercise for with release documentation. So we need to, because as we discussed yesterday, so in the material master, first it needs to have, that's a prerequisite to, if we want to use it for GIT, means just in time.
Hmm.
So that needs to be there in first material master. Then it is allowed to uh, update the JIT in the scheduling agreement. So that they
Okay.
need to check in the material master first. So in purchasing view, so you can see here just in time delivery. Okay, this should be activated here. So that for that material, if we create a scheduling agreement for this material with any vendor combination, we can use just in time also. Otherwise, default will be the forecast delivery if you're not activated the JIT. So now we are creating scheduling agreement. So LPA is the document type for with
Right.
release documentation. Without is LP. So we are creating at plant level. So where it is in date entered. So now we are entering the material, target quantity, price. So in the additional data, if I go here, I can see just in time activation and other data. Okay, yeah, we are entering plant delivery time. So if I scroll down, so so talking about the creation profile, right? So what
Hmm.
creation profile we enter? So accordingly, the release documentation, the quantities and when it is going to send to vendor, all those will be there in this data. This is also one of kind of an master data. If you configure one time, if you use in any of the schedule agreement, the data will be copied into the schedule lines every time. Okay, that is the creation profile. So we are assigning the creation profile. So you can see the just-in-time delivery also, as this material is already activated, it is already coming as a default value in the scheduling agreement from the material JIT delivery. Okay, if it is not activated, it will be blank. Okay, scheduling agreement created. So now we need to create schedule delivery schedule for that. So here delivery schedule there are two. One is forecast, second one is just in time. So click on delivery schedule. So we are entering the delivery date with the schedule quantity. Here, if you notice a difference,
Hmm.
uh, generally for without release documentation, once after we create this, right, this will directly go to the vendor when we save it. Okay, with the requirement. But in this case, because we have a release documentation, it won't go. We have to release it as a either forecast or just in time. Any one of the delivery schedule we can check. We can maybe if we need to update the date or quantity, we can update it and then we can send it. So that will be saved as a release documentation. Okay, here. So now we saved the delivery schedule. Okay, now we can generate the schedule lines whenever we want. You can see here generate forecast or generate below one is generate just in time. So here we go and so that schedule will be already available. We can generate it using that. So you can see the message forecast schedule is released for that schedule delivery schedule what we have created. So now
This
as we have
forecast
released
can be
the
used in planning also, material planning, right? By PPT.
yes, schedule lines, yes, yes. In the planning we can it automatically generates. Yeah. No need to come and do it manually. If the source is a schedule agreement for that PR,
Hmm.
so that will generate a schedule lines automatically. Okay. In the previous step, we generated a forecast schedule. Now we are checking the
Hmm.
release documentation. Okay, that is
Hmm.
saved. So here we can check that one. So creation profile, whatever we assigned, it is coming here automatically. So these are the data which is available in the creation profile.
Hmm.
Tolerance limit, aggregation horizon, and then what are the parameters? How it has to create the thing? Okay, that we need to change here. Okay, we can create here. So here you can see there are two tabs are there. Okay, so just in time and forecast. So this is forecast. We can see one forecast has already been we released it, right? So it shows one forecast schedule line already been sent. Okay, that we can display it here from selecting the line. So these are the things what we have scheduled for the based on the horizon. So it is taking those specific quantities only. Okay, yeah, with the dates. Now similarly, we are creating just in time. Okay, we are generating just in time schedule. Okay, it is generated.
Sorry.
So now we are going to release documentation. So you can see here just in time also we one line is added here. Has released one just in time. Okay, for the vendor. So here how the aggregation has to be happen for just in time and forecast they have specified here. It's like daily aggregation has to happen. Okay, that is what they have specified. So for 10 days, 10 means it's in days.
Hmm.
So all the 10 days, what is the total quantity which needs to be specified? All those will be in this just in time schedule lines. So if we open the schedule lines, we can see. So all 10 days, it is covering these many quantities. So this is actual
These are
quantity
not
and this
10
is
days. I think these are
cumulative.
6 days only.
Huh. There the as per the requirement for this specific date, right? Within 18th of
Okay. Okay.
September.
Hmm.
So these are the these dates which are there in the schedule. Okay, only those it just take 10
Hmm.
days. Okay, yeah. So I also actually never worked on schedule agreement. I am also not sure how this generally companies will be used. Yeah, I never worked on it also.
Okay. Actually, I have not worked with scheduling agreement. Mostly
Uh,
my
yeah,
contract
most of the
payment.
cases, yeah, most of the clients will not use scheduling agreement. It's very rare.
Uh,
That's why I also did not get chance to work on it.
hmm.
Yeah, this will be mostly used in automotive industries only. If we
Right,
get a
right.
chance to work in automotive, yeah, we'll see there. So these are the outputs what we sent, right? One is uh, forecast, second one is just in time. So those outputs which are they're displaying, how the message look like. So this is for the forecast. So this is for the just in time, the output. Okay, this is how the